Hello and welcome to the Trade Ideas Live Trading Room recap for Monday, October the 12th. My name is Barry Anderson. I'm the moderator of the trading room. This is the address to get into the room, and our room is open from 9 a.m. to 4 p.m. Eastern. Usually there about 8:45. I'm on the mic at 9, and sometimes I hang around for 10 or 20 minutes after the market closes to answer any questions you may have. All right, let's take a look at the first one today, and that was Celanese. And why did I trade Celanese? Now, if you've been watching these videos over the last couple of weeks, you know that one of the things I'm doing now is checking to see the Goldman Sachs upgrades and downgrades before the market opens, and Celanese was one of them. Celanese was actually a downgrade by Goldman, and let's see now, let me make sure I get this. Here's a 5-minute chart, and actually, let me get a 15-minute chart on this one. And of interest to me actually was that they downgraded it on Friday, and they basically reiterated it today. So today was a bit of a strange day. It's a holiday in Canada. Thanksgiving Day is in Canada today. And also in the States, it's kind of, I guess, what I'll call a pseudo holiday. It's Columbus Day. Banks are closed. I think a lot of government offices are closed. So you could really tell that the volume was way, way down. Just as an aside, in our AI strategies window, we only had maybe, I don't know, 20 all day. The last few days, last week, we probably had at least 100, 150 every single day. So, this was a day in which you really had to, find some of the alpha stocks to figure out if there was going to be any movement at all. So that's really why I looked at Celanese pretty hard because again, with a couple of Goldman downgrades, I thought it was probably worth a shot to see if it would really, really dramatically drop. Now, before I show you where I got in, let's just take a look at the daily, and this is the other reason why I kind of liked it. And by the way, I'll watch this for the rest of the week at least. I mean, this is a beautiful void down here. I mean, we're at 64.21. Support down to $56 or so. So I mean, there's definitely room for this one to fail. So it didn't really do too much today. Again, let me just bring up the 15-minute chart. I actually took the short at 63, just as it broke down the second time, right around here at 63.94. And I was out at 63.60. I'm just going to put a horizontal line there and basically flat on the second part. So you can see it's really choppy. So I did make a little bit of money on the first bit of it, but you can see that it's kind of choppy. It really was, I considered it kind of directionless today, even though it's down, yes, but it's not really down. So, but I have definitely going to watch it for the balance of the week to see if these two downgrades really can get it to move down a lot further. Now, a couple of nice ones from our GBI channels, GBI RBI channels. Now, this was RBI 15. Now, unfortunately, I had to do a reboot of Trade Ideas, so I lost all the. You can't see the RBI 15s, and unfortunately, yeah, we don't have the history function on this right yet. But St. It was on the 15th, so I'll show you exactly where that was. It'll be obvious. It was right here. So you see here's the green candle, here's the red candle, here's the green candle. So the trigger was actually at 64.84, right at the high of this red candle. But it's too close to the whole number for me to just jump in and take it. By the time we saw it, anyway, it was 64.90, which is really good because, it wasn't very far away from the trigger of 64.84. So, because you have to remember, we only see it once this pattern has completed. So when I saw it, it was still close enough to the trigger, and it was just a little bit underneath the whole number. So I usually always like to wait for the whole number to be broken, and that's what happened. Ended up taking the trade right about here at 60. That says 7, but it was actually 65.06. And I exited some at 24. That says 26, I know, but I exited some at 24 and some at 38 when it came, popped up, and then as it came back down, again, kind of choppy, but I see now that it's kind of regained all this. It's gotten past this level, but not a bad trade. It was fairly quick, and again, on a day where there wasn't that much moving, it was fairly stress-free. But the really nice one was Visa, and that was on the RBI 30 actually. And let me just show you. And for the same thing, it's not here because again I had to do a reboot of trade ideas, and so again I lost all the previous alerts. But if you look at the 30, and it would have been right here. Now, by rights, this looks like a doji. In fact, if let me just see if I can expand this a little bit, see if I see any. Well, maybe. Yeah, there it is. A glimmer of red right there. Okay, you really had to expand the chart to see it. And so this one, again, here's the green candle, red, and resumption green. And I like this because here was the trend on the 30. So the trend was definitely moving up. And so the trigger would have been at the high here. It was right at 74.44. By the time I saw this, it was still not far away, which is great, especially on a 30-minute candle. So I ended up taking the trade at a little bit later, but at 74.61, right about here. And again, turn into a really into the 15-minute chart because you can see how really steady it was. We had this little bit of a blip here, but it was really, really steady on a 15-minute chart. Exited the trade at 74.74 for some. So right around here for some of it. And then it broke up through 75. Got a little bit greedy. Was hoping to get a 75.61 on the bid to give me $1 on this one, but it didn't happen. And as it was coming back down, I decided to exit the trade at 75. It's actually 75.11. I think that's 75.05. It's that, but it should be right about. Well, it doesn't matter. It was 75.11 as it was coming down, and now it's just kind of holding this area. And then the last one is from our good buddy in the room, Real. And definitely going to be getting out of this one soon, but he saw this one. I found a very difficult entry anywhere along here. I think he said he took this one somewhere in this area. But anyway, on this little pullback here, took the trade as it broke over 19. It was actually at 1902. Sold some at 1938, right about here. And now I'm just going to get ready to probably sell. If it breaks down through 1924, I will get rid of the balance of this. But actually an excellent trade on this little pullback. Obviously better in here. I don't quite know where he found his entry, to be honest, because I trade. Well, let's take a look at a 5-minute chart. Yeah, maybe right here even. That was probably not a well, but that's late. I'm not sure where he really would have got in, but he liked this one and he got in early, and I think he rode it for quite a while. All right, we're now starting to get into earnings season. Alcoa announced, I think it was on Friday or Thursday, so we'll start to see many, many more earnings plays. I really anticipate that this AI strategy channel is going to be loaded, which is not necessarily the best thing either. I mean, because then you have to try to pick and choose which ones you want. But I also have heard Dan Merkin, our CEO, popped into the room earlier today, and he said that we should have this available for everybody by Wednesday. So. If you have the odds maker and you if you have the odds maker and you see this, let me just bring this over here, and you have something that looks like this and you click on new and you have this here, then on Wednesday you should be able to click on this and this window will pop up for you. And usually they start populating around 15 minutes after the market opens. Notice here we didn't get any of our penny pumps. Again, market very, very slow today. So but again, with the earnings season starting, I anticipate that we're going to get many, many, many more alerts, and should be a lot of fun over the next couple of months. All right, that's it for today. Let me just get this one out of the way and close down this window. And again, here's how to get into the room. Room is open from, again, about 8:45 actually till 4 o'clock. So hope to see you in the trading room tomorrow. Bye-bye.